He has some very interesting news with a boxer, Daniela Asino, and her coach. A lot of situations happened recently when they traveled overseas. Um, I'm gonna tell the short version, then I'm gonna tell the long version. Um, Short version is she went to Kazakhstan around in May. They ended up fighting a girl named Angelina Lucas on May 31st, and she ended up Essanyo actually ended up getting stopped in the 6th round due to back injury. But her coach, Alejandro Concha, basically said they had death threats and had to make sure that the girl that they were fighting actually had a victory. And they were also told if they don't make sure that they lose, that they would not leave the country. And it's a lot of crazy things happening. Asenio is 17-5-3, 2 knockouts. She just fought Gabriela Fandora last year. And then so recently she had some things going on, and fight promoter had visited a hotel room and was placing dollars on Sanyo's bed using the phone translator. He warned Sanyo, is it going to win today? No way. He said if she wins, then the coach's life is in danger and they're going to cut his throat and you won't be able to leave Kazakhstan. That was a warning, first and last. It wasn't going to be no arguing, no talking. That's what it was. And this is allegedly, as far as on my part, but hey, the coach, he stands on it because he's not playing around like that. And nobody tell no stories like this. I'm pretty sure that man would not accept entering that country again. But I'm gonna tell you why it's an even bigger deal later on. He said, but the ordeal began with a grueling 50-hour journey, delayed flights, unexpected detour from Uzbekistan. The coach felt like it was deliberate that they had to run around, the layovers and everything else. The trip they took was insane. To get there, they had to go from country to country just to get to Kazakhstan. And Asenyo was denied access to inspect Lucas' gloves. So her gloves, so when they got the gloves for inspection, um, the opponent's gloves from Kazakhstan was already open. And their gloves were sealed. And they're like, hold on, why is her gloves open and mine are sealed? That's not how that works. Obviously, he already got the message that if they win, they're not leaving the country. So he was barred from supervising her bandages. So Concha couldn't go over to the other locker room to look at the bandages. Sounds familiar at this point, right? And security personnel shadowed them, one even assisting Concha during the fight, which is crazy. Security personnel shadowed them, one even assisting Concha during the fight. Security personnel was assisting them during the fight. Wow. Sanyo fought cautiously, landing punches that could have ended the bout, but held back, fearing for their safety. All he wanted to do was get that fight over with and return to Chile. That's it. That's it. It's infuriating that in Chile, the effort one makes isn't appreciated. Because Sanyo expressed frustration at the lack of support from Chilean authorities, relying instead on Argentine counsel and Russia for guidance. It's sad. Couldn't even lean on our own country for any kind of backup. Was threatened to lose in that country. You better lose, basically. You ain't leaving up out of here. And this is a female fighter. This ain't somebody fighting $50 million. This ain't a heavyweight fight like Wilder or Fury. You know, even people like me, I was suspecting things like this could be going on behind the scenes. I'm like, bro, some of these dudes acting like they gonna get kidnapped or something. Well, as you can hear right now, fighters get kidnapped in this situation. In this situation right here, fighters get kidnapped. and a lot of other things too. And this is a female fighter. This isn't somebody who's a Manny Pacquiao or something like that. This is a female fighter. I don't know how much she's making, but it's not millions of dollars right now at this point. And look how serious they take that belt. Do y'all see how serious that belt is taken? And I'm not talking about just taking away. I'm just talking about as far as how people perceive it, how they look at it. They look at it like it's pure gold. Pure gold. And her life was threatened. That's insane, man. That is insane. And people will say, oh man, this cheating going on in boxing, or people getting threatened, and why are these coaches acting this way? And could they potentially? Now, if they threaten that coach's life and say, hey man, you better put something in that water, we're gonna clutch your throat. Y'all don't think he would have had to do it? If they would have said, hey, you better not say nothing. You better put something in that water, and you better not say nothing. See, they was nice. They didn't even tell him that. They could have said, hey, we need you to poison her water. Cause y'all see them waters behind her on the table? Those could have easily had some stuff in there. He didn't even have to tell her what was going on. He could have been like, man, I just put something in the water. You know, cause we've heard people, I've heard plenty of fighters, at least 10 to 15 fighters that fought recently, at least in the last 20 years, that have said, oh yeah, guys, I had a coach put something in my water, or I have this and this. That stuff happens. So yeah, people got a lot of learning to do, man. They better do a crash course soon. All that, oh, I know what I'm talking about. You gonna find out in boxing. Don't nobody know what they're talking about, because it ain't happened yet.